What's up everybody, Dan here. So today I want to talk about renting a room out in your house. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that like button. It would mean a lot and really support the channel. Thanks. Okay guys, so this is fantastic, right? So you can get $600 per room and you can basically have somebody else be paying off your mortgage and then you can do whatever you want with that extra cash. So this is an amazing opportunity to really basically make yourself a little bit more financially free, right? This is house hacking, okay? So I've been a landlord for over 8 years and I've got a lot of experience handling tenants, and I wanted to share some of my experiences with you guys and what I look for when I am gonna be getting a new tenant and some of the things that I thought about when I was starting to rent out my place. So let's get right to it. So at the end of the day, you're going to be deciding on a person that's going to be potentially living in your house or people that are going to be living in your house. So you want to make sure that everything is going to go as planned, as best as possible, and you want to be as flexible as possible. So it is a great opportunity to make some extra cash and to grow your wealth at the same time as growing your equity, right? Because somebody is paying to live in part of your house. Also too, we've seen house prices skyrocket in the past 6 months or so. So the fact is you're going to be paying more in mortgage than you would have maybe 2-3 years ago. So what you can do to offset this cost is rent out a room. So the first thing you want to do is consider if you want to live in the house or if you don't want to live in the house. So living in the house is basically going to be like having a roommate around. You're going to have somebody there all the time, versus if you don't live in the house, basically you don't have to deal with any of that. So I'd say that's the first thing you wanted to think about when going into this. The second thing is you want to decide which room or rooms to rent out. Okay, and then the next thing you want to do is decide to furnish them or not furnish them. So in my experience, I found it is much easier to basically have like a mattress and a dresser available in the room. For some reason, people found it easier, and I often or not just advertised that it was furnished, and I was able to put the price a little bit more expensive. And the same thing too is if you are planning to rent out the entire house, I would suggest putting in some cheap furniture, something simple like a used couch, used tables, so that way it's not as intimidating. Then the next thing you're going to want to decide is which utilities you have and what you want to split. So I recommend at least keeping a few utilities in your name and setting up some sort of a payment for your future tenants to have them pay you. So once you've decided which rooms you want to rent out, how it's furnished, and what utilities they're going to be paying for versus what you're going to be paying for, you want to make sure to get this all in writing. You want to have a document officially available, and you want to make sure that the future tenant is going to be signing it and that you can basically have something so in case you ever need it, you've got things in writing. The next thing you're going to want to think about is advertising, right? So you want to get the word out that you have this room available. So I would recommend going on to Facebook. Facebook Marketplace is great. Facebook groups are great because you can create basically a room available and you can share it to a lot of different people, especially in your neighborhood or in your town. And what I would do is make some flyers and then talk to your friends, see if your friends have an office bulletin board or something so they can maybe hang it for you. So it's a perfect way because maybe somebody related to your friend is a good potential because you kind of have an in, you know them a little bit, and B, they're working, right? If you're hanging a flyer in a good location of where someone's working, they've got a good solid income. So that is a good sign. And also too, I would try Craigslist, but be wary. Craigslist, you'll get a lot of scammers, so just make sure to follow up with them, and if they ask any questions, just to not give any personal information. So the next thing you're going to want to do is perform a credit check and a background check. These are essential because if you don't know the person, you don't know what you're getting in store for, and so everybody's got their own story, so you just want to make sure that you kind of check everything. I've had experiences where I was very grateful that I did the background check, so you're going to want to make sure to do that. So I'll put some links in below to where you can go to get your background checks, but there are a lot of places where you can basically request the person to do the background check for you. It doesn't cost you as a landlord to do anything. It's so simple. They put in their information and you get the results back to you, and you can decide right then and there. And then the next thing is, once you've gotten the results back and everything looks good, you're going to want to meet this person face to face. That is by far the best you can do because you can learn about them. I'd ask them questions about their history, what their plans are, what their job is like, kind of talk over what they expect at the house. You know, is it going to be a place for them to work? Are they home often? Are they not? Do they plan to have a party at your house? I mean, these are things you're going to want to ask, especially if you've got multiple tenants, because basically you're going to want to make sure that everybody works out together. So if you do already have tenants and you're thinking of grabbing more tenants, then you're definitely going to want to have some sort of a group chat and get the feedback from the people that are already there. You, again, I cannot emphasize this enough. You want to make sure that everybody kind of flows together nicely and that things are good. So if everything is looking good, if you're ready to go, if you're ready to get this person in and your tenants have agreed, or say this is your first tenant, you're going to want to establish something in payments. Of course, this is going to be already outlined in the document that they signed, so there is no question about what's going to happen. So you're going to want to establish some sort of a routine. So whether it be for utilities and your rent, or if it be combined. Also too, in my experience, I found it's really good to be flexible. So I've had tenants where they've said, hey, is it okay if I pay you twice a month versus once a month? And of course, that's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm getting my cash. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope this has kind of made you think about some things to plan for when you're considering renting out your house. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have an opportunity to do this. Like I said, I've had experience with this, and it has just been amazing. I have met some really great people, and I've had some really great experiences, and I've basically had my mortgages paid for me. So there is such a win-win to this that it is so worth it. So I wish you the best of luck and keep investing, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching. Take care.